So I just bought the cheapest plasma cutter off of Amazon. So, well, it might not be the cheapest plasma cutter on Amazon, but it was pretty cheap. So anyways, we got this here. Let's do an unboxing. So here it is, all boxed up. I was actually out here in the garage. I wasn't expecting it this early. It's only like 10 in the morning. Usually this stuff don't come till like 2, 3 o'clock in the afternoon. But the UPS guy pulled in and dropped it off. So here we are. And I was expecting a little bit bigger box. It's not too bad though. That's about the size of my Hobart welder, give or take a couple inches. So anyways, let's get this thing cut open and see what we actually got. Because I don't remember what brand I bought or what it is. I do know it's a plasma cutter though. At least I think. I guess we'll find out here in a minute. Let me see if I can get this thing opened without stabbing myself. I'm not allowed having knives, but nobody knows. We'll be good. Oh, yes. This came pretty quick actually. I ordered it on Saturday or Sunday. I don't know what day I ordered. Sunday, I think. I ordered on Sunday. And got it here today, which is Tuesday. Alright, here we go. See what we got. Put this thing away before I accidentally stab myself. Directions in Chinese. I'm going to get everything pulled out here. This is a 110, 220 setup. So it's going to have the cord for both of them, I think. Got a plasma cutter. Ooh, it's red too. Ooh, I like that. Color means everything. The ground. We're going to change that ground clamp. That crappy ground clamp. This thing is small. This thing is small. Don't need that anymore. This thing's small, but it's supposed to be good. We'll see how good it really is. So there's our plasma cutter. And then we got a ground clamp. We got the torch itself. I guess that's what you call it. I don't know. An adapter to go from 110 to 220 or 220 to 110 or something like that. A hose. And then they even give you a straw so you can drink your soft drink while you're plasma cutting. And what's this thing here? Oh, okay. This is just a box of accessories. Well, maybe not accessories. I don't know what it is, actually. There were supposed to be accessories with it. I don't see no accessories though. I think I got screwed. You got a... I don't know what that is. And you got some fittings. And you got a pressure regulator? Yeah, I'll call it a pressure regulator for now, but I'm not sure what it is, to be honest with you. And, yep, that's about it. So let me get this thing set up and see what we can do with it. So I found the free accessories. They were actually in with the torch. I'm just going to call it a torch. I don't know what it's called. I'm going with torch. So that's my free accessories. I got an extra cap and 2... I don't know, but that's the accessories. And then it came, I unbagged this thing, and this thing here looks pretty cool and everything, but it's pretty long. I mean, my ceiling's 8 feet, and you can touch the ceiling and it hangs down on the floor good ways. I'd say it's at least 10 feet. At least 10 feet. So, plenty long enough. That's cool. And then I got pretty much everything hooked up except torch. So on the back side here, this is pretty self-explanatory. course, I went on to find a picture and just followed what the picture was. The orange hose, I think this is for my pressure gauge. Get that like that. So on the front, there's a gauge, and that's what that runs, so you know what pressure you're running. And then this goes out to your air compressor, which I'm not exactly sure how I'm going to hook this up yet to my compressor. Then it comes in, obviously, and goes into the machine. And this thing is a regulator. Something to do with letting the water out, because as it comes through, the water will go down in here, and then you just kind of push up on that and the water goes out. But I also think it regulates the air too. A pressure regulator. That's what I'm going with anyways. And then on the front side, this thing comes with a 220 plug, which that brings up another problem. My two problems are I got to figure out how to hook this to my compressor. I got an idea though. And the other one is I got 220 in the garage, but not this kind of plug. I got the other plug. So right now I can't run 220, but it does come with the adapter plug. So I can run the 110 just to try it out. That's pretty cool. And then on the front side over here, the ground just goes in. And I thought it was kind of cheesy, but because I just put it in like that, and I was like, that's cheesy, but then you twist it and it gets tight. That's cool. So now I'm going to hook up my torch, and then I got to figure out how to get air into this thing. And I think we can do a couple practice runs on some metal that I got. So I got everything hooked up, and I actually did some practice runs on this thing, believe it or not. It works decent. But the problem is, now I've got it plugged in to show you. If you come up to these controls, this is your amperage control here. This has something to do with the air supply for cooling down the tip, and then the pressure. And I might not have the pressure high enough. There's no instruction on this on where to set the pressure at or anything like that. But I was running it about there on 110. That's about 35 amps, and it was just blowing the breaker. It would run for like 5-10 seconds and blow the breaker. So I turned it down to about there, which was about 20 amps, and it still blew the breaker. So it was in that area somewhere anyways. And I'm not sure. I think they had the pressure around 30 right here. Around 30. I don't know what it's supposed to be at. But on the back side, this is what I came up with hooking that up. I just went down to the store and bought one of these. I just clamped my air hose right to it, and we're good to go. Everything else works out pretty stinking good. I've got this 1/8 inch thick aluminum, about 1/8 inch, maybe a little bit thicker, maybe a little bit thinner. I'm not sure. I didn't measure it. This is about 1/8 of an inch. This is the cut I made. Obviously, I'm freehanding it, so it's not a very straight cut. But as you can see, it doesn't blow the whole way through. I was just moving too fast here, and obviously, this is my first cut ever with a plasma cutter. So, the cut is crooked as freak. I didn't put down any kind of straight line to keep it straight or anything. I was just trying to get cuts to see how it would cut on this piece of aluminum. So that's what I've got cut so far before. I think I blew the breaker like 3 times in that piece of cut, which is what, 6-8 inches long, something like that. So this kind of sucks because I got this plasma cutter and I really can't use it until I hook up some sort of 220, because I think on 110 it's just going to keep blowing the breaker every couple seconds no matter what setting I put it on. So I can either run down to the store, run down to Lowe's, or run down to a hardware store or something and either make an extension, actually just put up the proper plug in so I can just run it off of 220 all the time. And I think I will get much better results that way. But the bad part about that is, yeah, that costs money and that's going to take some time. And I kind of wanted to use that, like right now I got some stuff I need plasma cutted, but whatever, I'll just get the grinder out, put a grinding wheel on or cutting wheel and do it the old fashioned way. Kind of sucks, but hey man, that's life.